Hey friends, hope everyone is doing well this week. Today I'm going to be throwing in a bonus episode here, and I'm just going to be sharing some different supplements, and it might spark like, hey, maybe I need that, or hey, I'm having this problem. Maybe it could be related to this. So I hope that you guys find this episode helpful. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michele, mama of 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about Zinzino, and I became an independent partner with them about a year ago, but I had been using their products for at least 8 months before that, and I have really come to like the company and really like the quality of their products. One thing that I love about them that really makes them different from other companies is that they use test-based nutrition. So there's really not a lot of testing for omega-3s to figure out the fatty acids in our blood, but they allow you to do this and they allow you to do it from home. So what the test-based nutrition means with this is that you test, you see where your levels are of all your fatty acids, all the different omegas, and then you're going to supplement, and then you're going to test again. So I love that they do this because we don't even see this in our conventional medicine. I've had like low vitamin D and they tell me to supplement and they don't even say, come back in and let's test and see where it is. If you're working on something, you really need to test again to make sure that's the right dose for you because everybody's unique. And also people may be absorbing different nutrients differently. So it's really important to test and test again to make sure that you are at the levels you need to. Another test that they offer is the A1C, and this is your long-term blood sugar. So your doctor may do this. A lot of doctors tend to just do your fasting glucose or like draw your glucose just at one time. But A1C looks at your average blood sugar over the past 3 months. So this can be a great at-home test, especially if your doctor isn't doing this, to help you give you a little bit more information about your blood sugar. Because you guys, when we start to know these numbers and we start to take control of our health, because especially when it comes to preventative care, conventional medicine typically isn't there for us. So if we want to have as good of health as we can, to be more in the prevention category, and you can even reverse things too, but we have to take that into our own hands. So it's important to know these numbers, to know your omega ratio. That tells you your inflammation, to know your A1C, to tell you how your blood sugar is doing. I also like that Zinzino, the testing that they do, they use an independent company. So it's not like they're running their own test that could skew data or anything. It's completely blind. It's an independent company. And they use really high quality medical labs so that the results are good and accurate. They're also really slow at developing products, and I think this is good. They don't have a ton of supplements or a ton of products because they really take the time to develop them to make sure they're high quality and also to make sure they're a little unique too. For example, they have a prebiotic blend that has different strains of prebiotic fibers, and I have looked for other ones, and I haven't found one like it that has different strains, and we want those different strains because it's going to feed different good bacteria in our gut. Certain bacteria like to eat different prebiotic fibers. The other unique thing they have is beta-glucans. I hadn't heard of beta-glucans before I started taking Zinzino's Extend products, and this is a big immune support, and there's research out on it. I'm surprised it's not more out there, so that is really unique. The balance oil that they have, they add polyphenols to it. And this helps to make our body absorb it better. It helps to also make sure that it doesn't oxidize. So they really have unique products. They don't have a lot. They really make sure that they're high quality. And especially when we are looking to supplement, we really want to make sure that we are getting good quality products. I also like that Zinzino has some perks. I don't really talk about these too much, but if you go to order, you're going to notice that shipping, if you're in the US, is $10. But the cool thing is that they give you that $10 back to use on future purchases. They call it Zinzino cash. So once you get enough cash, then you can get a free product. So even though you're having to pay for shipping, you're going to get that back and you're going to be able to use that for a future purchase. So I love that they do that. They also allow you to share it with other people. So if you're liking the product and you know that someone else is struggling with inflammation or immune system or gut health, and you share it with them, once you share with 4 people, you get a free product each month. So if you're subscribing to one of your favorite Zinzino products and you share with 4 different friends and they get something, then you get something free each month. So I love that they offer these perks. And especially if you are liking them and really see their benefit, it's really easy to just share. Or as you're hearing people say that they're struggling with different things, you can share these products that you are enjoying. And they even have, if you end up loving the products, you even have the opportunity to be an independent partner with them and then get even more perks. So there's a lot of benefits that they offer to people who are enjoying their products, which I think is great. All right, so now I'm going to go through some of their products and tell you a little bit more about each one. So I think their most unique product, and if you guys have listened, you probably have heard me talk about their balance test. So what this test does, you do it at home with a simple finger prick, and it tells you your fatty acid profile. So this is going to be your omega levels. It's going to show you where you are and where that optimal target value is. You're going to get a whole PDF with it, and you're also going to see a full explanation of it so you can understand it better, and it also gives you recommendations. And whenever you guys order a Zinzino product, you're going to get an email from me, and you can always set up a free call with me so that you can further understand that, or how do I make some of these little changes. So they have found that 95% of people who are tested, they do not have optimal balance of that omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. And remember, omega-3s are going to decrease inflammation in our body, which most of us need, while the omega-6 tends to increase inflammation. We want a little inflammation, but most of us have way too much omega-6, which is inflammatory, and way too little omega-3, which helps to decrease that inflammation. So this is the nice thing. When I first got mine tested, my ratio was 37-1. The ideal ratio is 3-1. And this number just isn't made by Zinzino. This is what science shows. Omega-3 and fish oil is like one of the top 5 most researched nutrients that we have. So there's a lot of information. I do not understand why conventional medicine or doctors don't talk about this, because it helps with heart health, blood pressure. Someone recently who went on the balance oil, she was on blood pressure medication and her blood pressure started coming down. So she was getting a little lightheaded and she had to reduce her blood pressure medication. But this was not something her doctor offered to her. So this is powerful. So it really helps to know that ratio, know where you are, to supplement, to retest, and see if you are getting closer to that 3-1. If you're in it, if you're close, do we need to adjust that dose just a little bit? And you might be even taking a different omega oil. And sometimes what we've seen is people who are taking other omega oils still aren't in that idea 3-1 ratio, because some just aren't as high quality. Different omega oils that you can be have different amounts of the different fatty acids in them. So it may not be getting you to where you need to be with the product you're using. So that's why even if you're using a different supplement, it might be helpful to test and actually see where you are. And so when you get your test, they're going to break down your omega-6-3 ratio. They're going to show you the omega-3 index and different things that also talk about cell membrane fluidity. So when we are low on omega-3s, our cell membranes are more rigid. And this is really why omega-3s can affect so many different parts of our body. Like you might hear someone who starts taking a high quality omega-3 and is dosing properly, that their skin improves. Another person, like I said, their blood pressure might come down. Another person might decrease their eczema. Another person, it might help with their gut health. Someone else, it might help with ADHD. That is because the omega-3 is affecting our cell membrane. And when we have more soft and pliable cell membranes, our cells function better, and our cells are in every part of our body. So that's why it really affects so many different areas of our body, because it's affecting our health at a cellular level. And when you order a kit from Zinzino, that cost of that kit is going to include your first blood test, and then in the 5th month, they're going to send you out a second blood test. So it's a pretty decent price considering you're getting 2 blood tests. And this again helps you to retest. How am I doing? Am I taking my oil every day? Am I taking the right dose? Maybe I'm doing that and it's still not quite to that 3-to-1 ratio. Maybe I need to dose up just a little bit more to get my body there, because sometimes we have different reasons. We may not be absorbing the fats as well. Our gut health may be off, different things like that, where we might need to dose a little bit higher if we're not getting into that ratio we need to. All right, so definitely the omega blood test, so everyone can know that where they stand. And so right along with that is they call it the balance oil. And this is their high quality omega-3 oil. It has those added polyphenols that help with absorption. It helps to make sure it doesn't oxidize. And what that means, if the fish oil is not oxidizing, is you're not going to get that fishy taste, that fishy burps. So prior to using the balance oil by Zinzino, I used to take cod liver oil, and that's what I would give my kids. And we sort of went phases in and out taking it, but it didn't taste as good. It had more of that fishy taste, especially if it was a bigger bottle and you don't go through it right away. But it just really never tasted that good. No one liked it. And sometimes even with taking that, it may not get your levels to where you need to be. So we have been so much happier using the balance oil. The taste is better. I have one client who she sort of uses it as her salad dressing. I like the orange lemon mint flavor. So you don't have to worry about those fishy burps, that fishy taste, but you're still getting this high quality omega-3 oil. It is a fish oil because the fish oil, certain fish are high in omega-3s, and that's what we need. So especially if you're someone who isn't eating a fatty fish a few times a week, like salmon, and not all fish are high in omega-3s. So for example, shrimp have omega-3s, but it's not super high. So you really, if you are eating fish, you want to look it up and see what the omega-3 content is in it. Am I not eating that type of fish a few times a week so I am getting enough? And again, that's where the blood test comes in to see, okay, if what I'm eating, is this actually enough? So for me, we don't eat a ton of fish, especially the fish that are like super high in omega-3s. I mean, our ratios were low. So using a omega-3 supplement is something that I need to do. So I take it for me, my husband takes it, my kids take it, because we all need this. Babies need it. So for example, when women are pregnant, the baby is pulling the omega-3s from the mom. And now you're starting to see formula that has omega-3 added, because babies get it from breast milk. So especially if you guys are a mom, or you guys know a new mom out there, or someone who is pregnant, supplementing with a high quality omega-3 is super important. And this might be part of it why, we get that brain fog, or sometimes depression and these other mood disorders can happen, is because we're depleting that omega-3 stores, because the baby will pull that from our brain. And that brings up another thing. As I said, omega-3 helps at a cellular level and different things. For some people, it's going to make a difference in their mood. So if they're having, sad symptoms or anxious symptoms, sometimes it can be off in our brain, that omega-3, because our brain is mostly fat. So for some people, taking a high quality omega-3 oil is going to make a really big difference for their mood. Okay, so that would be the one thing that I recommend for most people, if you can only start with one product, is to get their balance kit test that has that omega blood test. It's going to get 2 of them. They're going to send the second one out later, and has the balance oil in it. Because when I have worked with people, and what the other omega coaches have seen also is that most people are low in omega-3s, and this really just helps to bring down the inflammation in our body and helps us to really start to heal at a cellular level. All right, the next product I really love by Zinzino is their Extend. And so they have 2 Extend products. Extend Plus is going to be their all natural multivitamin immune support. So this means that specifically like those B vitamins are going to be the all natural and not synthetic form. So for someone who has autoimmune issues or genes that have a hard time breaking down folic acid, the Extend Plus can be a better choice. So I personally take the Extend Plus, and then I have my kids and family, they take the Extend, but I have sort of had some autoimmune markers and different things like that. So what makes this product different is not only is it a multivitamin, which is important because we are not getting the vitamins and minerals through the food that we used to. The soil is depleted and we're just not getting those nutrients like we used to. So having a high quality multivitamin can really be helpful just to give our body the vitamins that it needs, even if we're eating a healthy diet. Now, what really makes this product unique, because if it was just a multivitamin, I probably wouldn't get it or pay this much money for it. But it has an immune blend. And this is really what makes the product unique. And so this is what has those beta glucans in I was talking about before. And beta glucans, we used to get a lot more of in our diet. But the way our diet is now, we don't get many beta glucans. And this really helps to prime our immune system and make it healthy and stronger. And I have noticed a big difference. The other thing that they put in here that really helps with the immune system is the olive leaf extract. So sometimes when my kids have been sick or it seems like they're having some type of infection, I would give them olive leaf extract. A chiropractor that we worked with had recommended this to us, and it really did help with some infections. Well, they put this right here in the immune support and at a pretty good dose. So if you take a full serving, you're going to get 500 milligrams of olive leaf extract. And I think this is where this product, once you start looking at everything that's in it, you realize that this is a really good value for what you get in here. They're also going to include things like turmeric root extract, 100 milligrams, and that's also going to further help decrease inflammation. They have coenzyme Q10, green tea leaf extract, which is a polyphenol that can also be really helpful to us at a cellular level. There's also different nutrients that help with eye health and different things like that. So I have not found a other immune support like this one. So this is one I definitely keep up. I think I have been taking it for like at least a year, and I have only gotten sick once. And I used to always get whatever my kids have because I'll kiss on them and love them. And since taking this, that hasn't been happening. And really, I try to have my kids take it. They won't always take their vitamins for me, but they probably take it at least 4 times a week. And I've also noticed that overall they have gotten less sick too, or when they have gotten sick, it passes a lot quicker. So this can be a really great product if you or someone in your family is struggling with immune system. And as we're talking about that, Zinzino also has another product called Protect. And Protect is just the beta glucan. So I usually just keep this on hand. It's not something that we take all the time, but sometimes if my kids are sick, we'll boost it. Or when I had actually gotten sick the one time this year, I not only took the Extend, but I also took extra Protect throughout the day. And I do think I was able to get over the virus a lot quicker because of that. I also did things like rest. I took Epsom salt bath and, just did different good things for myself too. But I do think that the beta glucans are really powerful. So the Protect can also be a nice thing to have on hand if you or someone in your family becomes sick. Okay, so we talked about the omega blood test, the balance oil, top recommendation, especially if you or someone is struggling with immune system or just wants a strong immune system, their Extend Plus can be a great product. And the next one is the Zinzino Biotic. And this one is for gut health. And what this is is prebiotic fiber. So a lot of times we hear a lot about probiotics, and that's going to put new different strains of bacteria in our gut that are good that we need. And we can still use probiotics. Also, like yogurt, is a probiotic, or kimchi. So those are great ways to get natural probiotics too. But what the prebiotics do is they help to feed the good bacteria. So if we want those good bacteria to flourish in our gut, we have to be giving them food. And what makes Zinzino's product unique is they have 8 different natural dietary fibers. And so these fibers are metabolized in the colon, or the large intestine, where they support the growth of that healthy bacteria. And the reason that they have 8 different ones is because different bacteria like different food. So it's going to help different bacteria in your gut grow, so you get that good, healthy bacteria flourishing in your gut. So this is important if you're noticing any gut problems like diarrhea, constipation, bloating. And I recommend anytime you're starting with a prebiotic is to start slow. So maybe start with a fourth a dose, work your way up to half, work your way up to the full dose. Some people will do just fine, and some people, their stomach's a little more sensitive, or if their gut is in really bad health, it won't like it at first. So start slow so you can start to slowly build up that good bacteria. And I think when we talk about gut health, these prebiotic fibers are often overlooked. But lots of people who have really benefited from these prebiotic fibers and has made a big difference in their gut health. One of my friends, she was actually telling me she even gave it to her cat because her cat kept vomiting in it, and the cat stopped vomiting. So when we really work at our gut health and we really work on increasing those good bacteria, it can make a big difference. And remember, our gut health is going to affect our brain. It really rules a lot of things that happen in our body. So we really want to make sure that we are having good gut health and we're doing what we can to promote that. The next product they have that I really like and I use myself is Viva. And Viva is sort of that natural mood stabilizer. So it has saffron in it, which again, before using Zinzino, I hadn't heard about saffron. But there's actually studies out there, so you can look it up. So it can be really great for mood, for feeling anxious, for feeling sad. So when I use it, I will typically use it before I go to bed because I usually need just a little more help relaxing. I tend to have a busy mind, so I like taking it before I go to bed. The other time I will also use it is if I'm going to do something and maybe I'm feeling a little anxious or something. So it really helps to stabilize your mood, whether that is if you're feeling low to bring you up a little bit, or if you're feeling up a little too much to bring you down. So it can be an as needed type of thing, or you can also use it daily. I know one of my friends' husband, he is more on the depressed side and he uses Viva every day and it has really helped him. I also give this to one of my kids who tends to be pretty intense. So I like to think of it as a chill pill. I have not told this child that that is what it helps to do, but when he hasn't taken it, I notice a difference. So it can really help just to stabilize the mood. And again, it's saffron. These are just natural botanicals. Okay, so those are the main products that they have and that I have used. They also sort of combined these products in their health protocol premium. So in that product, you can get that omega blood test. You'll get 2 of them. You'll get your balance oil. You'll get your extend. You'll also get the Zinniobiotic for your gut health. And then if you get the premium kit, they sort of throw in the Viva. And I think it's like almost free if you get that premium one. So this can be a great way if you really want to improve your health at a cellular level, really want to improve your gut, improve your immune system, decrease your inflammation. Just going for that health protocol and starting those products, you're probably going to see the biggest difference in your health. And they really created those products to work together. Obviously, you can take just one product or what you need, but they go together really nicely, targeting these different areas, that cellular health and inflammation, the gut health, and the immune health. So I'm going to share links down below for all of these. And you guys can always message me on Facebook, or you can send me an email with any questions you have. If you're confused about ordering, just message me. I would love to help and make sure that you're getting the right things that you need. So I encourage you guys, if you have not had your omega levels tested, and especially if you're not taking a high quality omega-3, to get the balance test kit and test yourself and start supplementing and making sure that you are getting to that right level. And then if you have to choose between gut health or immune health, if you need to really work on your gut health and that's all your budget allows, goes for that Zinzino. If you need to work on your immune health and that's all your budget allows, goes for that Extend or Extend Plus. And if you need a little help with your mood or sleeping, try out that Viva. It has really made a huge difference. All right, friends. I know this was a lot. I hope that this was helpful to you. I know it can be hard and confusing when you start to Google things and look at different products, but I definitely researched this company well, have used it for a while, and have been really happy with their products. So again, if you guys have any questions, just reach out. When you order through my link, once you order, you're going to get an email from me, and you're going to be able to set up a free coaching call, whether that's to go over your report, ask questions about the product, or just any health coaching questions in general, working on those healthy habits and lifestyle, because all of those things are important. All right, have a great day, friends, and keep moving.